Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton forged pendant called the Theta. So we're going to be using this same video for two different style numbers. One is going to be for an older ceiling canopy version, and the other one is going to be for the newer ceiling canopy version. I'll get into detail about those in just a little bit. So this is going to be used for the 139757, which is the older style, and the 139758, which is the newer slimline canopy style on the ceiling. I'll be showing you pictures and going into full details in a little bit. So why don't we talk about the fixture itself. So a lot of people aren't quite sure what this is. You have a round ring that's made out of forged iron. On the sides of that ring, on the inner side and the outer side, you have aluminum bars. And those aluminum bars are, think of it almost like how you would capture a gemstone in a setting. So you actually have those aluminum bars contrasting with the darker, or whatever finish you want, finish for the circle itself. So you have these accent pieces all the way around on the inside, you have the accent pieces all the way around the outside. So that's what you basically have. A lot of people think that those bars are actually lights, and they're not. They're the what we call the decoration that's on the inside of this. It's basically like sculpture. It is sculpture. It really is sculpture because it's all hand done. The light bar, which is actually a frame that has LEDs inside of it, is around it, and it's pushing light at it. So you basically have a piece of art illuminated by light from these LEDs that the whole thing is glowing sculpture that provides light, and that's what this is. So why don't we get into the size of the fixture itself. And so the size of the fixture itself is really the roundish part. That's the biggest part of this. It's 32.7 inches tall, and then the overall height of it, overall length is, going left to right, is 53.4. The depth of it is 15.8, and that's going to be that LED frame. Now when you add in the telescoping rods to the idea, if you're familiar with Hubbardton Forge, they have a patent on this whole telescoping rod idea. So this big circular part, which is the sculpture, you'll notice on each side of it is being suspended by these telescoping rods, and that's going up to the canopy on the ceiling. The frame that's holding the LEDs is being suspended by very, very tiny cables, steel cables, which are holding a low voltage charge to put into the LEDs. Very safe, nothing wrong with that. And the telescoping ranges on these are going to be divided up into three different ranges. They just basically offer you three different pipes, giving you three different adjustable ranges. There's a hex nut in the side of this. If you're familiar with Hubbardton Forge fixtures, I've done a billion videos of these things where you have the little hex nut wrench that tightens a little hex nut that's right in the side here, and once it's tightened, it locks it into place so it doesn't go up and down again. Why don't we hop into the adjustable ranges? So you're going to have, and now we're talking about overall height from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling itself. So you're going to have, the short is 35.5 to 44.7. The standard is 43.5 to 62.2. Long is 58.3 to 75. Normally I can offer you guys custom ranges going up and down, like shorter than short or longer than long. I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything shorter than the 35.5 overall height, just because the fixture body itself is 32.7. However, I can offer longer. So if you need this longer than 75 inches as a custom, just drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. I scoot that over to the customs department. They come back with a quote, and I send it over to you guys. So let's talk about, those cables are going to be going up into that canopy as well. And during your installation, those canopies are going to be going up, and once you get that frame where you want it to be on that fixture, those cables are going to be snipped, and you're not going to be able to go up and down. So make sure you really do your homework on where you want this to be before you start cutting those cables, okay? Why don't we get into the lamping on this? So you have 48 watts of LEDs, and those are on that frame, pushing that light toward that decoration in the middle. That's 2,000 lumens, quite a bit of light, about a 175 watt equivalent, 150 to 175. It really depends on what kind of bulbs you've been using in your life. So like I said, 2,000 lumens, quite a bit. It's a dimmable fixture, so it's going to provide a lot of light up and down, and it's going to shine a lot of light on that decoration in the middle. Now let's talk about let's go into metal finishes. So on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, midway down on the left-hand side in the screen, you're going to see those red tabs that have pictures in them, and one of them is a finishes help guide. So click on that for me. watch the video at the top of that screen. It's me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they look on different pieces. And then scroll down for me and you're going to see a chart which will have 9 metal finishes on it. The chart is going to be talked about up above in the video. There's pictures with letter A on them and B on them, and I'm going to go over how heavy forging can look. Most of this is going to be more in line with the pictures with a B for boy. It's not going to have, even though it has heavy forging on the aluminum, those are the hammer marks, you're not going to have the modeling. Those pieces, the accent pieces that are available in soft gold or vintage platinum, that's an opaque finish, so that basically is going to look just exactly as you think it's going to look. And you can see on that chart those finishes there, so you can kind of almost contrast, you know, your vintage platinum and soft gold with your other finishes there as well. If you wanted the entire thing done in soft gold or vintage platinum, that's not a big deal, but the accents are always going to be available in those 2 finishes, and then the rest of the finish, the rest of the fixture is going to be available in 9 finishes. So when you are done with that, go, I don't know if I've just said this, if you're done with that, go back down to that chart, click on that chart, and you're going to see a bunch of stuff pop up in whatever finish you just clicked on. So you can get more samples if you wanted to do that. So now, why don't we talk about those canopies. So the canopy, the older style canopy, the 1397-57 is the one in the picture right here. So that's the kind of beefier canopy. It goes on a standard 4-inch junction box. That number and that canopy, the one here in the picture, is going to be available up until, as standard product, up until they run out of parts for that canopy. And then you're going to see that 139757 number disappear out of their system when you try to look for it. We could probably still do that as a custom in the future once those parts are gone, but that's something you'll need to contact me about. Almost everybody likes the new canopy. That's the one in this picture, 139758, and that's the slimline canopy. It's 16.5 by 54 inches, as is the older one. But that 139758 is the number that will keep going on with that new slimline canopy. So, after the canopies, and we talked about lamping, we talked about finishes, when you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if you ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. Some larger items cannot come back. This is one of those items, so it's important that we get our ducks in a row and figure out every little detail on this before you guys pull the trigger, because I want you to be happy. It also ships by common carrier, so it goes out on a pallet, not a big deal. We just want to make sure you're aware of that. Now let's talk about, we also have a rush program. So rush takes you from Hubbardton's normal 3 to 4 weeks in time, in production time, down to about 2 weeks. It's very inexpensive. Just let me know if you guys want to check in on that. Sales at HandmadeInVermont.com. We have to kind of check in with Hubbardton to make sure there's no parts issues or anything that can trip you up. And then now let's talk about showroom. So we have the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge here in Vermont. We have over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread over 2 floors. We have a what's on display page on our website. That's the picture. It's in those red tabs over there, so give it a click and you can see everything that we have on display here. And that's updated every day. So if we add new things, we update it. Showroom is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. You can call me at 802-446-2400 every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm here to talk to you. Email us 24 hours a day, which is awesome. And I think that kind of covers everything. Just by coincidence, the picture of this in front of the red fireplace, it's actually Vermont red slate, and that's my living room, so who knew? Anyway, so I've seen this up close and personal. It's a great fixture. It's not there now. I let them use my house to shoot their catalog. But it's a wonderful fixture, and I hope you guys get a chance to check it out. Thanks for stopping in. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.